Wait a little bit, see if anybody joins on this Saturday afternoon. About 2:20. What is it, June 25th today? See if anyone's out there. Probably won't be on here too long. Supposed to have a dinner arrangement tonight with an old buddy of mine, so that time is somewhat limited. Still, even if we go long, I still got a couple hours. If you guys are out there, jump on in. Let me know you're here. Haven't been on in a while. Thought I'd kill a couple hours maybe. Talk about K-Pro slideshow and what now, right? What now? Say hello, folks. Hey, Bobby. Welcome. Is this the actual Bobby Brass? I know there's an imposter out there somewhere. I forget what Bobby's PFP is. I don't know if this is the real Bobby Brass or the fake Bobby Brass. If Hooli shows up, maybe she'll know. What's happening, guys? How's everyone spent their week after that slideshow on Monday? PowerPoint presentation. Are we done? Is that it? Chasing Indy? Candy uses your name? Really? Is that a guess or do you have confirmation of that? I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem would do that. Like she seems like she just pretty much tell you something to your face. But you might be right. I have no idea. So, guys, are we done here? Is this it? Is this the end? Was this the final chapter? Is everyone going home? Feels that way, doesn't it? At least to me, it does. You had a fight a few months ago. I don't know, Bobby. I saw you kissing up to Barb Anderson on her live stream a couple weeks ago. I don't know about all that. What do I think of the 9 Mile Hole song? I'll tell you what I think. I think that it seems to me that the chest was definitely at 9 Mile Hole at some point. I think the totality of all the evidence we have and all the information, I think it's hard to deny that. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but that's fine. But by the time you get all the emails, Carl in court, you got for Yellowstone's 100% certainty. 9 Mile Hole is very high too, but by the time you take all that together, there's no doubting it. I mean, it would have to take some incredible conspiracy between all these people lying in court, risking their careers, risking criminal prosecution just for what? For nothing, to save a solution to a stupid poem? Nah. So yeah, I think it was at 9 Mile Hole. Now, if you want to make an argument, there's another chest. Okay. If you want to make an argument that it was moved from somewhere else to 9 Mile Hole, okay, I guess it's possible. I don't know. Woman in banana costume is okay. No, I disagree strongly. Um, but I think it was there. It was there. I mean, there's no evidence suggesting it wasn't there, really. I think Forrest lied. I think you know, it sucks, but he lied. Period. And don't tell me it wasn't Jack because Forrest forgot him. Forrest did not forget who he was. Okay, Forrest definitely knew who he was. He was messing with Jack because he wanted to communicate with him because he was close, but he didn't want it to seem that he remembered him because he'd making him special, right? Because he was close. If you follow that. That's why he pretended not to know. He definitely knew Jack. He said in that audio clip that he was look for that name, right? Of the finder. He'd look for that name. He knew exactly who it was. And we know Jack was the finder. So obviously that's the name he was looking for. So he knew all along who it was. Fenn lied. He communicated with him several times in 2019. He lied about the information. He told us about the clues. It's just very unfortunate. A lot of people don't want to admit that, but he lied. Plain and simple. There's no argument there. I don't know, I don't know what else to say. I hate it. I hate it that he lied. Now, what was interesting about the PowerPoint and everything I've seen up to this point is, you know, what's the evidence that he found it in 2019? Right. So when Carl indicated it was their position that he found it in 2019, I thought we were going to get some more with that, more evidence, but really there's not. We have assumptions, conclusions about the state of the chest, that it's dry and then it's wet. We have change in the Condors 2's emails, or excuse me, posts, change in the emails from Jack to Forrest, but there was no evidence really that it was found in 2019. I'm not saying it wasn't. It certainly could have been. I just found it curious that there was a lot of buildup and it kind of fell flat. I didn't think there was strong evidence that it was found in 2019. I think it's just assumptions there. But yeah, K-Pro and them are shutting it down. End of story. Do you think Fenn meant look for that name of the finder or the name of the location? I think when you say name like that, Bobby, I think he meant the finder. I look for that name. Right? I don't think he meant 9 Mile Hall. I think he meant the finder. And he says, I don't want to miss his email, right? So that's he followed it up by saying his email. So he's saying the guy's name is what he meant, I think. That's how I took it. K-Pro, yeah, K-Pro's definitely shutting it down. I mean, they're convinced. I mean, I'm kind of like, like K-Pro Cynthia in the fact that I can't imagine how anyone doesn't agree it's Yellowstone. I can see, I can live with people not think it's 9 Mile Hole, even though I think the evidence is incredibly strong. But Yellowstone, I don't see how anyone could not believe that at this point. I did take a couple of things, notes during K-Pro's thing, but let's see if. Oh, someone said, who was it? Dale? I don't know. Was Dale said something about Fenn put his hair in nail clippings in? That was had that been said before about nail clippings? I mean, I know about the hair. Fenn said he put some strands of his hair in there, but did anyone ever mention nail clippings? I mean, that was the first I think I ever heard of that. But then that's interesting because then we have the toe-to-toe contest where he talks about the toenail. So I don't know. Anyone ever hear about that? About the nail clippings prior to the other day? And another thing that was interesting, kind of gives us a little bit of a timeline if we, yeah, the nail clipping part was new, right? Yeah, I thought so. I'd never heard that. Oh, another interesting thing in the emails, when this is June of 2019, when Jack emailed Forrest, and I think it was Forrest, yeah, emailed Forrest and said he had been searching 22 days, and that was June 2019. So, if take his word for it, he told Forrest 22 days, June 19. Then when he wrote the Medium article, he said 25 days. So that means he only searched another 3 days after June 2019. So what does that mean? So he went back in 2019 at some point and searched 2 days and then searched on June 5th, 2020 and found it? Or what the narrative is, it would have been that he searched 3 days in 2019 for days 23, 24, and 25 and found it in 2019 and then just went back to get it in 2020. Now, when you look at it like that, it does kind of make more sense that he found it in 2019. Because there's never really been discussion about when did Jack get to Yellowstone, right? When was the first day in 2020 that he searched? We don't know if it's never been even brought up as far as I know. Was he there June 4th and he searched and didn't find it? We don't know that. Or did he just get there June 5th and go pick it up? Right? Or was he there June 3rd and searched June 3rd, June 4th, and then found it on June 5th? Because the fact that we have June 5th and nothing before that day does, in my mind, does lend support to the 2019 find. But I don't know. Hey, Street, what's up? Hair nails continue to grow after death. Howdy, stuck in a room. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, I just hadn't heard of that, of him putting nail clippings in the chest. And I don't think it's ever been said, certainly not by Jack or by Forrest that I recall. So it was interesting to hear that. You don't have me blocked here. I don't have anyone blocked here at all. No one. Even Bill gave me the double blazes. I didn't I didn't block Bill. You had to be pretty bad to get blocked here on my channel. You'd have to do some kind of maybe some hate speech or something like that to get booted off. But other than that, it's pretty open forum on this channel, so you can say what you want. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, and then there's still, I don't know if everyone saw all of K-Pro's PowerPoint at the end. They were talking about the sale of the chest. It looks like they're still withholding information even after all of this, which I guess doesn't surprise me. It's kind of par for the course. I mean, Cynthia, and I said it before one of my streams, I mean, she's just a big phony in my opinion. I used to like her back in around 2018. I thought she was pretty cool and funny, but the longer the spotlight's been on her and I've seen more about her, I'm sorry, I'll pass. Big phony. Who else is here? You here, Hooli? You would have said hi by now, so you must not be here. I mean, is everyone, I think I know. Bobby, have you had your mind changed, or are you still a New Mexico person? A cover up about the chess purchase? Maybe. I mean, I know Indy, has a very strong position on the auction website, and that she thinks it was sold way back when to Justin Posey. I mean, I don't think any of that makes sense to me. I do think the auction website's a possibility of being legitimate. Definitely. I don't think it was sold. I think that when they said on the auction website, when they said they were offered a significant amount over and that the transfer occurred and they sold it, I think they were just doing that to save face because they realized they weren't getting any bids to buy the chest. So they said, "Fuck it, we're just going to go out there and get it and keep it." I think that's more likely a scenario. I highly doubt anyone purchased it. I think that part was all a lie. Because what happens is if you say no, if you think about it, you open this website, you're selling a chest, and if you say you don't get any bids, that just devalues the chest, right? You wouldn't put on your site that you're not getting bids for the chest. It makes it lose value. If people think nobody wants it, then other people aren't going to want it. So they had to say we're getting bids to make it seem attractive, to make it seem like people really want to buy it. But they finally gave up on the idea. COVID hit, so they said, fuck this. We're not going to play around anymore. I'm just going to go get the chest and deal with it and sell it on my own. I think if the auction website is true, then that's what happened. Certainly no one purchased it. There's no other people. I mean, Jack maybe had a partner, but yeah, that's the only way the auction website's accurate in my opinion. But I think it definitely is not true that anyone offered, because I mean, think about it, their minimum bid. The auction website's minimum bid was $2 million. And then they say that someone significantly outbid everyone else. So that would have had to have been at least $1 million. So you say significantly? $3 million? No. No way. No way anyone offered that. Me can't even sell it now for $2 million. You just can't handle the truth, Street. Why? What's your? Why was this? What doesn't Street agree with you, Bobby? That it was in New Mexico? I mean, you're definitely in the minority. Most people don't think it was in New Mexico. Forrest told Peeps early to go to Santa Fe to start the search. No, he didn't. I I challenge you to show me one place he said go to Santa Fe to begin the search. He never said that. Not true. Not true. You know why he started it small? It was a plan. He didn't want it found, right? Because he wanted to get the word out, didn't want it found. Notice the first book is to collected works in cancer research. Who got the second book? His family. Shiloh and whoever, I think, got the proceeds to the second book. So he couldn't have had the chest found before the second book came out. Or else no one would buy that second book. It'd be over. So once he did the second book, I think it was 2013, he finally expanded it to the north. Yeah, Street. I think I'm kind of with you, but then back when it happened, I thought it's pretty smart because like this, the way the auction website was, they weren't selling you the chest, right? They were selling you the spot to where it was. So they never handle the chest. And they don't have to do anything with the chest. They just get cold hard cash. It's a lot easier to deal with. They don't have to fuck with Yellowstone. They don't get in trouble. All they got is cash. They don't have to deal with the chest or getting rid of it. I thought it was a really smart idea. And it didn't seem scammy. I mean, it seemed a little scammy, but at least as it's written on the site, they wouldn't take, the stuff with the money would be held in escrow. So the escrow wouldn't release the money until you verified that you had the chest. So it seemed fairly safe. Now I could foresee a problem where, let's say I'm the buyer, I put $2 million in escrow, They give me the location. I go out there, I take the chest, and then I say, hey, the chest isn't there, right? I mean, I guess they were going to go with the person that bought it. I don't know. I mean, that certainly would have been a potential problem. But certainly, Justin Posey did not purchase the chest through the auction website. That's almost for sure. Nobody did. That's why everything corresponds with the June 6th fine, because they made it that way because they gave up on trying to sell it through the auction website. Jack and whoever he may or may not be with. That's why in May 15th they said we sold it, because they on May 15th they decided we're going to go get the chest. So we're just going to shut this thing down. That's why, not because someone actually bought it through the website. No. Call bullshit. Maybe. I mean, I certainly see the bullshit side. I just don't know. I think it could be. It doesn't change the narrative though of the fine to me, right? It doesn't. The only thing it changes is if the website's true, they tell you they found it and then moved it to the same type of land it was on. So that would mean they found it somewhere else in Yellowstone and moved it to 9 Mile Hole. Which again, that doesn't necessarily make sense, because if you're going to move it, why would you move it to a spot that's a famous, a well-searched spot? You'd move it to somewhere no one fucking goes, right? So that doesn't make total sense either. It's all very weird. I don't know. But I am convinced it was at 9 Mile Hole at some point. Whether that's where Fenn put it, I mean, I don't believe the poem fits the spot. I'll tell you that. I mean, on Thor, I made, Jack had mentioned how he felt like there was a verse missing before the blaze in the poem. He thought that Forrest had taken out a verse. And on Thor, I made a pretend verse that fit in there. Something like you go up and you paddle your creek and then you wander around for a while. Because that's basically what the solution would have to be. It's not precise. Forrest lied about the precision. What else would he lie about? I don't know. No specialized knowledge. That would have been a lie. He said people figured out the first two clues and walked right past it. So you're telling me people walked from Madison Junction 4 miles and kept walking past the 9 Mile Hole parking lot? That doesn't make sense. That would have been a lie. There's a lot of stuff with that spot that doesn't fit, not just the poem, but all the stuff he said over the years. I mean, even Jack said that if you had to do it, he would think that the poem would tell you to do something if you had to do it. So take it in the canyon down, not far, but too far to walk. What's put in below the brown? What are you doing when you put in below the home of Brown? You're getting in the water? Is that so? Then how do you park? What tells you to park? Nothing tells you to park. You think, really? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe. I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, I understand that's your opinion. Certainly possible. Well, let's see. K-Pro, she said that Forrest told her to come out hard against the site. And then that same day or the next day, the site shut down. I mean, man, a lot of unanswered questions, tons and tons of them, unfortunately. And with Forrest gone and Jack not talking, I mean, we're just never going to get answers. It sucks. And the real question, the why not? Why? I mean, Yellowstone's not going to do shit. Everyone, I get tired of the SERPA and all that. No, the government's not going to do anything. And the supposed video, why can't they show the video? To get released anonymously, even if you want to think SERPA, the government would do something, they wouldn't be able to do anything because they wouldn't know who released the video. So why can't they just release the damn video already if it exists? Or the painting that Forrest supposedly painted of the spot. Where's that at? Whatever, man. She played into her home. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm tend to be pretty, and most people that watch my channel know this, non-conspiratorial. Just not just in the chase, in general, in my everyday life too. It's good stories. It's interesting when there's conspiracies. It's fun to talk about. But most of the time, at the end of the day, it's not there for me. I tend to, I don't think anyone's paid actor. I don't think, other than being maybe on Netflix or something, I don't think anyone has necessarily bad motives. I don't like Cynthia, but all the stuff they've said months ago was backed up by the emails and all the stuff we've seen recently. Whether you like them or not, that's true. Stuff they talked about that people gave them shit for. And I'm talking to someone who doesn't care either way about them. I mean, I'm not supporting them. I'm not, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying the facts. A lot of the stuff they said came to light over the next few months. I mean, to think 9 Mile Hole is not in play when you see those emails from Jack. I mean, if you want to someone wants to take the position that the emails are fake, I mean, fine, but come on, man, that's crazy. They're not fake. They came from Zoe, got them from the computer. I mean, those aren't fake emails. Well, Street, see, now here's the thing, and I'm gonna put it on you a little bit. So we want to say K-Pro's full of shit, but no one ever heard. Are you talking about that email that she claims was sent to Mike about the bet, where the guy said Forrest told him nothing is as it seems? I mean, that's coming from K-Pro, so you can't believe some shit she says, and then this other shit she says used to support what you're saying, right? Because that nothing is as it seems came from, it's like quadruple hearsay, from Forrest to a guy to Mike to K-Pro to us. I mean, I don't give any credence to that phrase, really. I haven't seen an email. I haven't seen anything. And Forrest talked a lot of shit. He talked in code half the time to sound mysterious when really he wasn't saying anything. I mean, I think he fancied himself a little bit more of a wordsmith than he really was, if I'm being honest. Forrest had a chip on his shoulder. And he had that seemingly all the way until he was 90 years old. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, but it wasn't in relation to any particular. He just said it generally. Again, just in his way, he tries to be all mysterious. It's not who you are; it's who they think you are. Get out of here! Fuck. Oh boy, Moby Dickens. Oh yeah, that's a poem, Street. That's not. That wasn't so. I mean, he was quoting a poem. That's the one. What was that poem? For nothing is as it seems. Whatever. Yeah. I know the video. I know what you're talking about. But see, that's like cherry picking one thing to invalidate the entire chase or something. I mean, it's just. I don't know. I think it all is pretty much like it is. That's why Forrest was. That's why apparently he was confused. People are still sticking around at the end. He's like, it's over. It's found. What are people doing? because there was nothing to it. There was no conspiracy, right? It was Jack found it. That's it. I fully believe that. I fully believe Jack found it legitimately. That I believe pretty much 100%. I don't think he got help. I don't think he's a hired guy. I don't think he's protecting someone. I think Jack. I think we've. It's been proven Jack was a searcher. He called AGK years ago. He had the same email address. Um, he had a channel, search channel. So I think it's for sure he found it. Here you go. What, Bobby? So I think Jack definitely is the finder 100%. I think 100% he found it in Yellowstone. I think it's 95% the chest lied at some point at 9 Mile Hall. What, 132 of Moby Dickens? Yeah, see, that's another quote. People take this is just my opinion, Street. I'm not getting on you, bud. I'm just saying a lot of people, the imagination quote. I mean, he says one thing, and they take it like the whole thing has to be this fantastical, solution to the poem just because he said use your imagination. I mean, that isn't the real Bobby Brass. Yeah, see, he said he was a real, but he said Candy Forrest told Margie Gold to grab a shovel and get to Santa Fe. Show me that. Show me that, Bobby Brass. You can't put a link in unless you're a moderator. Bobby, I think I did see somewhere else where you said that you had the lion logo. Now I'm just coming back to me. I think you are the right one. But I'm still not going to block him just because he's not doing anything wrong. Just he's having a conversation. So I'm not going to block the guy. No, you cannot put a link unless you're the mod. It doesn't go through. I don't want anyone to prove anything because as long as everyone's being civil, I don't give a shit who's who. I'm going to leave you both in here. But I don't know how you're going to prove it because I don't know you personally. Yeah, I know, Street. That's cool. We're just talking, man. It's all good. Yeah, but I have no evidence. It's I don't know who's impersonating who. I'd have to block both of you, and I don't want to do that. Don't worry, Bobby. I mean, I know it's you, so who cares what the other guy's saying? No big deal. I can still have a conversation with the fake, as long as it's a civil conversation. And I'll treat the lion as you. But he could just steal the lion tomorrow from you, right? I know you're not threatening me, Bobby. I'll just block your ass. I don't know which one's which. You can't prove it's you. You can't prove shit. Neither of you can. And I remember this icon or whatever PFP that with the shaded gold and brown, whatever that is. You came in the ghost. I mean, I definitely think, I don't know for sure, but I think the lion's the true Bobby Brass. I think only a fake would accuse Candy of faking. So, well, back to what we were talking about, you guys, your petty little high school bullshit. How do you block on here? How do you block? There it is. All right, Bobby Brass is gone. No, Indy's not in here. You know what? I don't know, that fake, but that lion was talking crap. Maybe this is the real Bobby. I don't know. Again, I don't really care as long as everyone's talking civilly. I don't give a crap who's here. I'm not going to threaten me. Stay on my channel. That's one way to get booted. So is that it, guys? Well, it's winding down. We have less people coming on, making videos, less live streams. K Pro's closing shop. And I'm not saying just because K Pro's closed, everyone else should too. Not at all. Everyone should do what they want. But it does seem like that. I mean, even, hey, Carrie, what's up? Even Gorman sounds like he's winding down. He said he's starting an art channel, getting away from the treasure hunt. So, what's everyone else's plans? What are you guys doing? Carrie, I don't know if I'm stuck, wedging my way free slowly but surely. And actually, I've had some furloughs occasionally, but I return. But this, I thought about it. This may be my last live stream. Not that I've done a whole lot of them, but I just don't see what, obviously if there's going to be some kind of bombshell or something that comes out, but it basically is over. I mean, I'm convinced with the 9 Mile hole to a point. I mean, I think it was there at some point. I don't know if there was anything else. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. Guy keeps coming back. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously anyone, I'm checking in, right? Don't get me wrong. I check in. I still check pretty much every day on what's been posted. And I'll watch a couple, I'll watch some of street stuff. I watch Susie. I watch Ben every now and then. I watch a little bit of Bill. So I keep tabs. There'll be fireworks on the 4th of July. Literally, there's not gonna be anything about the chase on the 4th of July. Yeah, Carrie. I mean, I was saying before you got here, I'm 100% Yellowstone. I'm about 90-95% that it was at 9 Mile hole at some point. Whether it was moved there or not, it's possible. I'd give it a small, 25% chance it was moved there. And I'm satisfied. I've seen enough. The emails were pretty much what I needed to see. I don't think there's any forgery of the emails or anything like that. I think those are legit emails. It's really as Chase is to me, it's just the psychology of people. It's so fascinating. I mean, I should have gotten into psychology when I was younger instead of what I do, but it's really, really fascinating. Denial, mental illness. I mean, the stuff that we see in this chase. I'm not referencing anyone here on our chat. I don't want anyone to think, but throughout the years, all of us have seen it. It's just, really fascinating to me. But yeah, I don't see, I'm sticking around kind of. I've taken on a project, an NFT project I'm working on for the summer. Hopefully, going to launch in a couple of weeks. So my focus has really been there, not to chase as much. 10 feet in high water. What does that mean, John? I mean, I know it means where you think it was, but where's that? What's your theory of the spot? I know pretty much what everyone else here thinks. Bobby's New Mexico. Street is metaphorical. Carrie's 9 Mile Hole. John, I thought are you New Mexico also? Yeah, Street, definitely. It's pretty fucking wild, man. I mean, we've seen it all shapes and sizes of people, crazy, denial, strange. I mean, just everything. I mean, there's some really fucking strange people, man. Really. And I don't mean nuts. I just mean strange. Wait for the fourth. Not New Mexico. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not, John, absolutely nothing's going to happen on the fourth, but that's all right. Other than, the normal. Nothing chase related will happen on the fourth. People have been predicting dates. It's like the end of the world, you know. Oh, on June 6th, wait for June 6th. A lot's going to happen. Ain't shit happen. Nothing's going to happen. It's all over. I am curious on the sale. Now, that's something I will be watching because I want to see one, who the hell buys it if they sell it in its entirety. And two, I want to see what's in the olive jar. I am definitely curious. I mean, if I never find out, I really don't care. But I mean, if someone's going to buy it, I want to know what it says. So I am interested in that. So I will be around when that stuff happens. But solution wise, I'm pretty much moved on. There's a chance I'll still go to my spot one more time, maybe next year. Can't do it this year, too much going on, but maybe next year. One last time, last hurrah. In the 40s, I don't really. I mean, he might have been. I don't know any Ponderosas there though. Maybe in the 40s. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a freaking tree expert either, but I don't think any Ponderosas are in that area of Yellowstone. Yeah, yeah. Well, the leaning tree. Look, this is part of my solution too. I mean, I'm coming to grips that I was probably wrong, but I still believe, and people are gonna laugh. I figured a shitload of stuff out. Um, for instance, that leaning he made reference to it in the scrapbooks, the leaning tree, and I had the leaning tree hanging off the creek where I was at. He was the rakish angle, and he posted the picture of the Indian. Which one was it with the feathers, and one was leaning at a rakish angle. Then he posted the other drawing by Eric Sloan on the right of his fireplace where the feathers were leaning. There's a leaning picture of his dad on the car. A lot of stuff about leaning, rakish angle, that kind of thing. So I was convinced there was a leaning tree somewhere in there. And I was convinced that the blaze was a tree that was hit by lightning. No, the chest would be under it. And I was convinced that the path from the beginning to the end was the number 5. And even at the 9 Mile Hole, that's correct. Yeah, because the leaning tree is a shortcut, I believe. Because the leaning tree is before you get to the dry creek where you would go up. But the leaning tree marks if you go straight back, I think it takes you right to the chest. I mean, there's still things in my solution that I'm coming to grips with that I find hard to believe was wrong. That, but I'm a rational man, so I try to live in that space of rationalness. Maybe that I don't know. I mean, he claimed to have found Fenn's Marvin's fishing logs. I don't know how the hell he found that, where that would have been. That's really interesting. That's not being talked about a lot. I mean, where in the hell did he get that from? Hey, Susie, good to see you. I was watching you last night, but I fell asleep. I was tired. Couldn't make it all the way through. What are your thoughts on all this, Susie? Are we done? Are you 9 Mile Hole? I think you're definitely Yellowstone. Yeah, Bobby. I think you are the real Bobby. Yeah, Susie, what are your thoughts? Maybe he just found it in the video but didn't read it. I mean, it's just such a crappy spot. I mean, not that it's not pretty. I just mean it just doesn't fit the poem. Yellowstone, but not 100%. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I'm 90%. It laid at 9 Mile Hole at some point. I'm open to it have being moved there. I'm like 25% that it was moved there. And I think that's just confirmation bias. So I can keep my solution alive if I'm really being honest. uh, that's why I want to believe in the auction site, even though I tend not to. But I go back and forth on the auction site because I think it's possible. Not the way Indy says, and not disparaging her. I'm just saying I don't agree with her take on it because I certainly don't think anyone purchased this location through the auction website. No way. I think the auction website could have been true, but it was just a bust. No one offered anything and they couldn't sell the spot because it seemed too fake and no one actually, and I think their questions may have been made up. They would say, "Dear Scott," I think all that shit may have been made up. Yeah, I agree, Brad. I agree pretty much. It's just too much. There's no, you know, those emails from Jack. I mean, that's it. That's the spot he was. He definitely was at another spot, but he said he spent 22 days searching there at 9 Mile Hole, and then he tells us he spent 25 days searching. So it was obvious he was searching 9 Mile Hole. Were those other 3 days? Were those other 3 days in Susie? I brought this up. You weren't here. Um, you too, Brad. If you recall, one of those emails from Jack DeForest, he says it was June 2019. He said he had searched 22 days for the chest back in June of 2019. So he told us 25 days. So that means between June of 2019 and June 5th, 2020, he searched 3 more days. So do you think that supports a 2019 find in the fall? So he went back in the fall, searched 3 more days and found it, and then came back and get it? Or do you think maybe he searched in June 3rd, 4th, and 5th? Hmm. I can't believe. I mean, it does turn out that that fake blaze is what Jack thought was a real blaze. That's what blows me away. I can't believe anyone would think that was a real blaze. I mean, Jack's a smart guy. I can't believe anyone would think that that is the blaze by Forrest Fenn. Can the blaze be removed? It's not feasible. That those two bones and rock may have weighed about a pound. I mean, how can that not be removed? I don't know. Really strange, man. Jack was in Philly June 3rd, Kerry. How do you know that? How do we know that? I'm not saying you're wrong or lying. I just want to know how you know that. I'd be interested. I mean, Brad, see, that's interesting. I talked about that before you got here too. Does it though, really? What evidence is there that he found it? Just the way the tone of the email was? That's it. There's no real evidence that he found it then. But I agree with you. I think that's when he found it. But there's no real evidence. I think the June, him saying 22 days in June, and then him finding it June 5th, I think that does lend credence that he spent 3 more days in 2019 looking for it. Emails carry the ones released on through the court. I mean, I'm not doubting you. I don't remember seeing it. Yeah, Susie, it sure looks that way. And Brad, I mean, and if what Carrie's saying that he was in Philly on June 3rd, that definitely would mean that. Yeah, of course he could be lying. Oh, okay. Yeah, he could be lying. Probably not though, Carrie. I mean, I'll take your word for it without going back to look at it. It's not that important for me to doubt you. Yeah, and people, I think it was pretty simple. The surprise was that the treasure was going to be found, and that's what myself and a lot of other people were saying back then in 2019 when he said that, or early 2020. And then people wanted it to be something else. That was it. It was the obvious. It was going to be found, and it was obvious by the tone of the scrapbooks that he knew someone was close. A lot of people were saying that. It was clear. He dumped all those scrapbooks. Now, you know, I don't think Forrest knew that Jack found it. I don't think there's any way in hell Jack would have told Forrest, I found it and left it. That leaves too much of a chance that Forrest would send someone to go grab it, right? Because then Forrest would have been pissed. So put yourself in that position. So think about it. Forrest gets a call and pictures in September of 2019. I found it, and I'm leaving it here. And don't call off the chase. No, 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 no way, no way. So I don't think Forrest knew. But I think if I was betting on it, the most likely scenario, and I agree with you guys, is that it was 2019, and that's really crazy, really crazy. Especially when you throw in the application to Puerto Rico in September of 2019, that sure says a lot too. Yeah, I don't know about never, but yeah, it's unlikely. Oh, but and Capro were saying that. Oh, what was that email that Jack put Forrest in a situation that he had to respond, or else he would assume it meant this? That doesn't mean anything. Forrest didn't have to respond to that. I forget what it was. Oh my god. Doesn't mean it would have meant that if Forrest didn't respond. That's crazy talk. Why are you deleting that? Yeah, I mean, I choose the freaking worst possible month to go for this NFT project. It's crazy. Everything's tanking. Ugh, so frustrating. But you got to plan it out. So I started about 4 months ago, and everything was normal. Crazy. Oh, okay. Monday, June 3rd. I'm back home in Philadelphia. Oh, June 19th, 2019. I'm talking about 2020. Is that what you meant? 2020? I'm saying, could he have been searching June 3rd, 2020? No one's talked about the days leading up to June 5th. Zero talk about it. What was Jack doing June 4th, 2020? Was he in Philly? Was he traveling? Was he searching? We don't know. I guess what I'm really getting at is if he said 20, he searched 22 days by June of 2019. When did he search those other 3 days? Because he said it was 25 days. So was it, did he search in the fall or did he search before June 5th, like June 2nd, 3rd, 4th? Most likely 2019, right? Most likely. So Susie, what do you got planned? Are you sticking around? What else you know? I know you want the clues, but I think we all know that's very unlikely. I only wanted the spot, so I guess I'm pretty fairly satisfied. About as satisfied as I'm gonna get, probably. June 4th, 2020, he was fishing. Yeah, yeah, August or September. I mean, see that's the thing, and that always brings me back to the website, the auction website, which it says there they found it August 2019. You know, I mean, if Jack hadn't been so greedy, Mike Sexton might still be alive. I mean, if Jack would just pick the fucking chest up and told Forrest in September 2019, the chase would have been over. Mike Sexton might probably still be alive. So Jack's got that to deal with the rest of his life. And we saw how concerned he was, which gives more credence to him finding it in 2019. That's on him. And he even said that it weighs on him now. I mean, that's a heavy burden, you know. Jack's human. I'm sure he feels bad about that. I don't think Jack's some heartless monster. I'm sure it does bother him. The one dude wouldn't be, well, that's his own fucking fault. I mean, he should go to jail digging up a cemetery. I don't even care about that guy. But you're right. Yeah. But see, if he's digging up a cemetery, he's going to be one of those people that didn't think it was over. So he would have gone there anyways. You know what I mean? So the chase ended because of Mike's death? No. The chase ended because Jack found the chest, period. That's it. That's why the chase ended. Until something ends it. That something was Jack finding the chest. The end of the chase had nothing to do with Mike Sexton's death. Right. Although, Kerry, what I'm saying is the guy digging up the graveyard, the fact that he's digging up a graveyard, if he was told the chase was over, he's the kind of guy that wouldn't believe it and probably still would have dug out the graveyard. So I don't think it would have changed that. It might have changed Mike Sexton going out searching, though. But look how crazy those guys are, Mike and the guy he was with. I mean, they got rescued. They had to get rescued, and they go right back to do the same shit a month later or whatever it was. I mean, damn, dude, what's wrong with people? I don't know. Susie, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, guaranteed that graveyard digger would have still dug up the grave. Guaranteed. You got a special, different kind of mind if you're digging up graves. Yeah, Susie, I was saying earlier. I mean, this is probably my last live stream. I don't know. I'm not gonna have anything else to talk about. you know, unless it gets sold. Again, that could be interesting if we could find out what's in the olive jar. That'd be neat. And think about collectively, let's say Jack found it August 2019, okay? And he announces it. He gets it and does what any normal fucking person would do, tell Forrest and end the chase. Think of all the thousands of dollars people spent from that date forward to when it was announced, found. Everyone could have saved all that money, all that time. Mike Sexton's death, just because Jack wanted to save a few tax dollars. And where are we at now? Jack still hasn't realized a damn penny from that chest 2 years later. It's cost him money. He's cost him all the money he's had to pay, all his lawyers, right? Any travel he's had to do, all that. And he cost people thousands. I took a trip in September and October of 2019. So I myself would have saved, if he had ended the chase, I would have saved about $6,000. And that's just me, one person. I know tons of people that searched September, October. They were searching in the spring during COVID. So the more I haven't even given it serious thought. I mean, the effect of Jack leaving it there. I mean, now I'm starting to get pissed. You were fishing, John? Yeah. I think that was in March, right? Late March 20 something, 2020. I mean, Jack single-handedly responsible indirectly for a death and thousands of dollars and hours wasted. Just because he wanted to save a few tax dollars. It's too bad. You fish year round? No, I know, but you said Mike died. You were fishing, so I'm saying March he died. I think late March 20 something. And Pam with her email that gets forgotten about. That upsets me. I don't give a shit what she told the family. She should show that email. See, it's this idea like we told the family, like people want to be in with the family, right? So they do what the family wants instead of doing the right thing because they want to feel like they're special, they're connected to the family. I mean, Pam, the right thing is to show the email. If Forrest was still alive, okay, fine. I could get behind her not showing, but he's dead. So she should show that email and let us see what the hell she saw. So she's got some responsibility here. Now, should people go to her house? Hell no. That was crazy. I never even talked about that. Fendi going to her house. I mean, who does that? It's insanity. Come on, guys, interact with me. I'm running out of stuff. That's what apparently everyone is because there's no videos on anymore. Even Barb hasn't posted as much lately. I mean, I'm dying to see her Hollywood ending. That's going to be interesting. And I'm dying to see who goes to that camp out. I hope she posts some pictures. Lilith Stone, Azure Blue, Hush Whisper. Who else is going to that camp out? I think she got pissed at Hush Whisper though because he said something that agreed with Greg on his channel, and she got all pissed at Hush Whisper about something. People are insane, man. I swear. Yeah, Susie, exactly. It's like, oh, look what I have, but oh, sorry, you can't have it. It's a lot of that shit going on, and has been going on for years. Capro made the big vow last year. I'm not going to withhold anything anymore. Oh my God. Well, we saw how that worked out. And Cynthia with her, I would never do that as a searcher. Oh, right. We see everything she's held out. And why the family gives a shit if the solution's out or not. I don't get it. What the hell do they care? God, stupid. I've said this before. I'll say it again. You know, it says at the Roosevelt Arch for the benefit and enjoyment of the people, right? Let's say for the benefit and enjoyment of Forrest. I mean, fuck. Hush Whisper's a pain in the ass, Carrie. I've had my run-ins with Hush Whisper for over a year. He's a crazy person. She. And not only because they think it's in New Mexico, but just watch their posts. Right, Susie, of course. And you know, while I don't condone the lawsuits, you got to say this about the lawsuits, the Barb's and McCracken's. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know shit, right? We would have no information. And you know, I don't condone them, but look, if the family doesn't want to play ball and give a solution, everything has a consequence, right? That's the consequence. Apparently, you got to get sued by crazies, in my opinion, of course. I mean, anybody see Jamie? What a nut! I sat in on one of those hearings. I mean, my God, he's like in this dark room. It looked like something out of Silence of the Lambs or something. I don't know what. It was very strange looking. And he's all in these comic, Alita cartoon anime movies and stuff. And he's like talking about appealing. I mean, people are out of their fucking minds. I don't. It's like I look at sometimes I think, how did I get involved here in this chase with these crazy people? I guess I didn't know how crazy people were until I got involved, and it was too late to get out. No. So I guess in Barb, I made that video about Barb, and she made a freaking privacy or was it privacy strike or something against me. Obviously, the video's still up, so she didn't get anywhere with that. Completely nuts. Yes, yes. There's no other way around it. A bunch of these people are nuts. and the depth of the denial that these people, because probably outside of the chase, these are usually, most of them, not all of them, most of them are probably normal, everyday people. But in this chase, they have this delusion and this denial. It runs so deep. I mean, fuck. Yeah, yeah, Carrie. I know. It's really eye-opening. I mean, like Jamie, he probably before this was probably a normal dude, did his life, he lived his life, did his thing. And now he's talking about people, a dead guy being alive and keeping someone in a house raping her. I mean, it's like something out of a fucking, I don't know, man, crazy Stephen King movie or something. And Forrest moved the chest every time Jamie went to find it. I mean, come on. I mean, well, I mean, Carrie, this something I've learned is these treasure hunts in particular. I might get some crap for this, but that's okay. It's not the first time. Treasure hunts in particular bring out that kind of person. Like the everyone's against me, government is out to get me, you know, the moon landing didn't happen, conspiracy type people. There's a lot of them in the chase. A lot of them. The type that are caricaturized in movies. Like there'll be an ex-military guy thinks that Vietnam is still going on, and you find him in the woods, right? You see in these kinds of comedy movies, you see him like a Gary Busey's living in the woods. Right? He still thinks it's Vietnam, and he has little booby traps all around his trailer, right? That the chase attracts those kinds of people. My name is Chris. Is that a clue? I don't know, John. No offense. I don't play that game. People who think they know and try to give clues, I'm not interested because you don't know. And sorry to be so direct, but that's my position on that. But yeah, those are the types of people we have in the chase. A lot of them. I don't even know what movie that's from, but I have this picture of Gary Busey like living in a trailer. Maybe it was a bus in the woods, and he thinks that Vietnam was still going on or something. And it's exaggerated, but we have a lot of that here. And look, and I would ask him, and to his face, seems pretty, huh? Hello? Oh, I don't know what happened there. I thought I got booted off. Did I get booted off? Do you guys hear me? I guess, am I still here, guys? I don't know what happened. Will someone type hello or yes if I'm still here? Shit, what happened? Oh, okay. Thanks, John. Um, Same people don't believe Jack is a real person. The chest has been found. So are the same people that believe I have hid the chest in the first place. Right. Yeah, right, Carrie. Right. Exactly. And I would, and like someone like Scott seems like a cool dude, seems like a normal guy. But then you get him in the chase, and it's conspiracy. And I would ask him what possessed him to dig an 18-foot hole and get a front loader out there or something. I think that's what happened. I don't know. I saw the hole, but why would someone do that? I don't know. I don't know, man. And again, he seems like a really nice guy. He seems like a normal dude. I don't know him outside of the chase. I don't know anyone outside of the chase. So this is all speculation, of course. Yeah, Carrie, and people pick and choose what they believe to advance their narrative, their own agenda, right? I mean, and look, everyone does that to some extent in life, but people really do it here in the chase. Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, some people have imagination in spades, man. I'm telling you. My God. There's a fine line between imagination and insanity. Gary Busey and Robert Redford, and They Walk in the Woods. I sent that movie to Forrest, I believe. Hey, Larry, good to see you. Is that the movie where Gary Busey's living in a bus in the woods? And Larry, I got two questions for you. That question and two, are you also okay, Larry? Or are you guys two different Larrys? Yeah, I don't think it's the same movie I'm talking about, but maybe it is. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, you're not okay, Larry. Okay. Well, welcome then. You're new here, I think, or at least chatting new. Good to see you. Happy to have your opinions to share with us. Pretty much let anyone say anything except the bozo before who was pretending to be Bobby Brass. Black Sheep. No, it wasn't Black Sheep, was it? Maybe it was. I can't remember. Was it Black? Oh, it was Black Sheep. David Spade. That's right. That's right. Good call, Dizzy. As David Spade finds him in the woods, right? Or was it Farley? I don't even remember. Man, I haven't seen that in a long time. Why I remember Gary Busey, I don't know. I guess he's pretty memorable. Excellent call, Dizzy. That's funny. But so you know exactly what I'm talking about then when I make reference to that. I mean, that's those are the kind of people we have here. And it's not even like, it's stretching it maybe a little bit, but not that much. He had his insurance hidden in jars. You mean insurance to keep his secrets from being spilled? Maybe he did have big secrets. That could be true. I don't know. We all got secrets, don't we? Some bigger ones than others, but mine aren't that big, really. I got a couple mini secrets. He said his secrets could change history. I don't remember that quote, but okay. I'm not saying he didn't say it. I just don't recall it. Jars are under the fire pit. That'd be interesting if someone ever found a jar. I don't think we'll ever see someone find one, but that would be very cool. Now, see, for instance, if Jack had taken that chest like he was supposed to, and I would not have this picture on my screen right now because this was October of 2019. Hey, Larry, there you go. So clearly not the same person. Okay, Larry's my Floridian brother. Larry Sandell, not sure where you're from, but again, welcome. I glanced at Ben's channel. It looks like is he putting on his own treasure hunt? Is that what I'm to gather? And the prize is the flies from Shiloh. Is that an accurate statement? Hey, I'm curious. Is anybody else in other communities like this where they do YouTube and they have Reddit and their own forums? Anybody else part of anything like that? And if you are, how is it compared to the Chase community? Oh, you met Larry at the finale. Oh, cool. Because I'm not in any other type of community. I mean, this is it. Forrest told you you annoyed. That's funny. I'm sure you're not the only one. You send them a crap load of emails. Speaking of which, Jack sends his fair share of emails over. What is it? Over 100, right? I mean, look, he's just like us. No different. I mean, I sent Forrest probably in 2.5 years about 100 emails. I followed Eisenhower, Hitler, JFK. Damn, that's a that's a rough list to be on. Well, not rough. I guess a couple of them are okay. So Eisenhower annoyed him more than Hitler did. Hitler was only number two in the annoyance. So, guys, what? Oh, when I handed off the Monuments Men bronze medallion. Oh wow, really? Only around 15 emails? That's good, Larry. That's very restrained by you. I mean, I don't know. I say it's probably less than 100. I mean, probably maybe 80. I don't know, 70. I've never counted. I'd binge. Like I'd send them about three in a couple days, and then I wouldn't email them for a couple weeks, and then I'd send them five. It was like that. But it mainly revolved around when I went searching, which is probably the same for everyone else. I imagine everyone's email count went up when they searched. But 15s, yeah, that's not much at all. So you definitely were not one of the people he was complaining about. So good for you. All right, guys, we're gonna do like Pulp Fiction in the movie. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and you guys, while I'm gone, you can think about something to say. Be right back. All right. We got it. Wow, that's weird. Well, guys, any other thoughts on 9 Mile Hole or the chase in general? Got the message shut off. That's funny. It would have been cool to meet Forrest. Didn't have that opportunity. I almost went once to one of the things. I don't know if it was a Jamie Jordan drawing or maybe one of the book signings, but I was close. I was going to go, but it didn't happen. Anybody do NFTs out there? Anyone buy NFTs? I'm curious how many people know about it or are involved with it. If it's still new, I saw a video on YouTube today. They were interviewing people in New York City, and nobody knew what it was. So that tells me it's still pretty new. Uh-oh, Larry Sundel's an anagrammer. Where's an anagram from Thor? You were searching 9 Mile Hole, Larry? I mean, I won't lie, I didn't search there. I drove past it a few times and stopped there actually once, but never didn't search. I only searched one general spot. And my first solution, I went, but I never searched, so I don't count it. But that was then I went to my final spot, which is the picture on the screen. Water's moving too fast. Yeah. Such a bad spot, man. My spot's so much better. I mean, that area of 9 Mile Hole, I gotta tell you, barely even looks like a forest. Those trees are like 5 feet high. I mean, it's daylight in there. Some alone. Hey, Silent Film, how's it going? I don't follow what you're saying. I mean, I kind of, as I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives, something like that, right? I made a nine. There are 9 capital letters, eyes in the poem. There are 9 capital eyes in the poem. Okay, others. So yeah, some alone. Okay, I sounds like I. Yeah. Synonym is a whole. Eyes, ninth letter. What do you mean synonym is a whole? The synonym of I is a whole. Yeah. Oh, because of COVID. Yeah. I'm satisfied with second place winning. The thrill of adrenaline rush. Oh yeah, definitely had that. Definitely had that. Me and my son trying to cross that creek that day. Oh my god, what a disaster! What else, guys? I still got time. I'm willing to stay and hang on if you guys want to talk, but I'm kind of out of stuff. I wrote down some notes during K-Pro's PowerPoint, but I think I've already touched on all of it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really know about it. So those of you, okay, Larry, do you know anybody out in the chase personally or just on chat and forums? You ever met anybody? I'm surprised there wasn't ever like a Florida gathering because there were a ton of people. I brought this up before too, but at one point there were a lot of people that were from Florida. Yeah, okay, Larry, myself, William, right? Williams and was over in the Tampa area. Mindy was here in Naples. Stephanie. There's some others. And yeah, I mean, at the peak, there were tons of people from Florida, but there was never like a meetup. What's my NFT project? Chill. I'm hesitant to say because I'm kind of not. I don't want to be. If people know the project, then they can figure out who I am. That kind of blows my cover. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I can't promote my NFT here on through the chase as much as I would like to. One synonym of the word "I" is whole. Oh, I believe you. I don't. I mean, I don't have to look it up. I mean, yeah, because look, if the eye of a needle is a hole, right? The eye of a fishing rod is a hole. So I can see it that its synonym could be a hole. Sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Chill. I mean, it would, someone would have to want to figure out who I am. It's not obvious, but there are people and crazies in the chase who would do that, especially one unnamed person or someone who I will not name at this moment, but I have named in the past. I just don't feel like having that kind of hassle. But maybe, I don't know. Yeah, silent film, sure. Hey, why not? Well, look, one thing is if we don't have the answer, you're free to think whatever you want. Shit, even with the answer, people are still gonna think what they want anyway. So, you know. Yeah, none of us know. I mean, Jack was the only one who knew. And apparently he didn't even figure out the poem, really, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Mm. I also got experience Forrest Fenn's eye roll. Oh my gosh, Larry, you're not painting a very good picture of yourself. Oh, you got hundreds. You're big buyer, huh, Chill? I've got very few. I got into it in like January, February, and I bought a few, and I'm kind of stuck with them. They aren't very good, but they look cool. I bought them. I don't know. This might be interesting to a lot of you people if you're into it. They have a national parks NFT, and they have NFTs for every single national park. It's pretty cool. You guys might like it if you're into that. Check it out. I have a couple of those. Um, they made 4,000 of them. And also when I bought Crooks, which has gone to zero basically, donut shop zero. I dumped some of those. And then I realized, you know what? I'm gonna make my own. And then that's where it came from. And of course, back when I decided to do it was January. Crypto market was decent, it was good. ETH was at around 3,000. And now by the time my shit's coming up to mint in the damn tank, man. I mean, my timing couldn't be worse. It's unbelievable. I'll be lucky if I sell 100 of those things. But whatever. Yeah, you're gonna hang yourself. Man, I don't know, Larry. What'd you do to Forrest to piss him off so badly? I only got, see, the email that said Forrest, I only got a response twice. Yeah, twice. That's not true. The very first time I emailed Forrest, I was kind of like Dale. I sent a fake email address with a fake name, and he responded to that one right away. He said, stay safe in the search, Kevin." I used the name Kevin something. I don't know why, but he responded, "Stay safe in the search, Kevin." And then another one after the find, I wished him a happy July 4th, and he responded, "Thank you." And then there was another one during the chase that he responded to. That was it. I might hide a ledger in an olive jar. Well, you mean like a ledger wallet? Is that what you're talking about? I just bought one. I bought a Trezor and a ledger. Never got a response. 2016. How many emails did you send from 2016? You were emailing them, so you must have sent a lot. I got in early 2018. Like spring, I guess. Yeah, spring 2018. And of course, I figured it out right away. Within 3 weeks, I was in Wyoming. That's the truth. Sent several, then gave up. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's all Forrest had, man. It was the chase, really. He even said as much in that interview with K-Pro. He said, "That's all I have left." You see that with older people sometimes, like they quit their job or whatever they're doing ends, and they pass very soon after. That's what happened here. I mean, it's so crazy that he passed. Like they had the Fenn finale, and the day was over. He passed. So weird. Thanks, Larry F. Yeah, maybe he thought you were too old. As I went alone in the air, in the air tonight. I haven't seen a video from Dave from back east recently. He's been pretty quiet this week. Where you at, Dave? You around, buddy? Dave's not around. Dave's funny. His Superman solve. But he's convinced. I mean, he's convinced. But see, Dave's not crazy clinically, right? But with this, it's like a temporary, like a very temporary delusion, like a focus specific delusion or denial. It's just denial, probably. But I mean, he didn't find it. I mean, even Bill, we've heard even Bill's kind of moved on, right? But Dave, man, Dave is adamant. His cross, Ken and Esther, having dinner with Forrest. I mean, it's just, how could he believe all that? A lot of veteran social. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've slowed down on Thor. I pop in just to argue with people every now and then for the hell of it, but I've pretty much backed off. I watch videos. I don't comment as much, in the chat. I lurk, but even that, my involvement is significantly reduced compared to what it was even a couple months ago. Because there's nothing left. I mean, either buy into Yellowstone or you don't. But no answers are coming. So, because we only had one or two people bringing us answers and they're done. So now there's nowhere to go. I mean, no one else is going to bring us answers. No one else is connected to the family. Thor only has crazies on it. Yeah, it has a lot of crazies. But that's all right. You know, some decent folk on there. I got a guy who owes me $1,000. Toby owes me $1,000. And Dave's gonna owe me $1,000 at the end of the year. But no one's ever gonna pay. That's okay. Actually, the guy on Thor, CRM, he owes a charity $1,000 in my name. Toby owes me $1,000. But Toby's not going to pay it because he says he's only going to be convinced it was in Yellowstone if Sarah Davis gives him a GPS. Well, fuck, that's never going to happen. So, I mean, if you can bet anything if that's going to be your standard of proof. It's ridiculous. Get me started on Toby. Oh my God. Changed his channel for like the umpteenth time. Now they're called something else. He makes videos on how to build a YouTube channel, and there's 23 views. Seriously. Yeah, silent film. Good luck on Toby. Yeah, I know. No Hollywood ending, my friend. Larry, you sound like Barbara. She keeps talking about the Hollywood ending coming. Of course, Chill Chaser. You bet me $1,000. I'm never gonna see that money. Whatever. It's fine. Money I never had anyways. But I would have paid him if I was in his. If it was reverse, I definitely would have paid him with the evidence we have. But whatever, it's okay. Yeah, exactly, Gary. Right, Chill. I know. Well, not even 9 Mile, Yellowstone. My bet with him is Yellowstone. I mean, that's a certainty. Because even with 9 Mile, even with the emails, I guess you could make a theoretical argument. Well, he never said he found it at 9 Mile, right? He said he found stuff at 9 Mile. What I found at 9 Mile. So I guess in theory, you can make the argument. It would be a valid argument that it's not there. But Yellowstone, come on, man. Thank you, Chill. Tell him to pay up. And I guess apparently even Cynthia got into it with Toby, right? Because he didn't think it was at 9 Mile. I mean, Yellowstone, you got the whole Serpa thing. You got Sarah Davis. You got the attorney saying it. You got the government attorney saying it. You got Jack saying it. He was searching 9 Mile. From Washington's nose at Rushmore, a line from Washington in South Dakota. Yeah, silent film. It's a joke. Back in the day, I got booted from Toby's channel for saying something on another channel. How about that? Talk about thin skin, man. Can't take any criticism. No wonder Forrest didn't like him. See, this guy I was supposed to have dinner with, supposed to get into town soon. I'm about to go hit the shower in a little while. He's here yet. I was booted too for just an opinion. Yeah. I think he knows it, but he now has a secret to keep to himself all over a grid. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So it's summer. We got there's no sports going on. We got baseball. Any baseball people out there? I don't follow anything anymore. It's gotten to the point where all I do is my NFT stuff. I do a little chase stuff. And by that time, it's already time for bed. Used to watch a lot more sports than I used to. I mean, I used to watch a lot more sports than I do now. Although I will be looking forward to football season. What else you guys want to chat about? Slowing down. The chase train is pulling in and slowing down for its last stop. People don't want to let go because what are we gonna do without the chase people? We'll be all right. We'll get. I think we'll get maybe find out what's in the olive jar at some point. Where warm waters halt? Right back behind those woods you see on the screen. That's where warm waters halt. My solution. Northeast entrance of the park. Peace out, Chill. You see you later, man. Thanks for coming by. All right, guys. What else? Anyone else want to chat about anything? I don't want to just sit here without talking. Been on, I don't know, what, couple hours, something like that. Let me see here. Yeah, right, almost 2 hours. Yeah, see, I mean, this is exactly why I think it's my last stream. People don't want to, there's not much left to say. Baseball trade season up, yeah. Good info. Enjoy the chat. Have fun. Take care. All right, Silent Film. Nice seeing you again. Have a good weekend. I'll see you out and about on the circuit. Probably not here though. I might make some, if someone says some crazy shit, I might make a regular video. Because I like making videos, but I just don't have anything else to say. It's getting forced now. Definitely don't want to force it. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna Larry Washington knows only 21 feet, but both eyes together are 22 feet. Each eye is 11 feet wide. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. My whole connection, well, I don't know, get into it. To Rushmore was 555, right? Not Rushmore. Wait, I'm thinking Washington Monument. Now I'm getting confused. Sorry. I'm out. Forget Rushmore. I'm thinking Washington Monument. I've never been to Mount Rushmore. It's just an out of the way place to go just to go for that, There's nothing else around there, I don't think. It's the kind of thing you see on your way to somewhere else, I think. Has anyone been to Mount Rushmore just to see Mount Rushmore? And if so, where do you live? You must live pretty close. I doubt many people plan a trip only to see Mount Rushmore. But maybe they do. I don't know. Be like people, we're going to driving to California. Let's stop at Mount Rushmore on the way. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Seem to have petered out here on the chat a little bit. People are dropping off. Saturday afternoon, getting ready for the evening. People going out partying, going to go to dinner, have some drinks, have a good time. Maybe someone's going dancing, or just sit at home, probably like me. Well, I'm going to go to dinner, then I'm going to come home and sit at home and have a quiet evening. You came from Canada. Well, I don't know what Keystone is, but that's cool. Okay. Keystone, Canada. I'll have to look that up. I'll look it up when I get off here. So anyways, guys, it's been fun. This probably, I don't foresee having any reason to do another live stream. Maybe we get a olive jar one day. The sale's gonna happen maybe soon. Seems like K-Pro and them think August, September, there's gonna be a sale. I don't know, but until the next time, whenever that is, be safe, be good, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.